What is up, folks? This is Brandon. That's Chris. And this is Pizzas and Parkhops.
What's up, everybody?
We are up to episode 11. Can you believe that, Chris?
I can.
We had a monumental episode last week, episode 10. And man, we got a lot of action on that thing. People really liked that one.
Yeah, we had a lot of info on that. It was, I think that was our longest one to date, right?
Yeah, sure was. Yeah, and I think that with such a long episode last week, we're gonna abbreviate this one this week. I'm currently in packing mode. Packing up to go to Disney tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not bitter.
How awesome is that? Chris has about a month and a half left.
I'm not jealous one bit.
He's got about a month and a half.
I enjoy my my icy driveway and having to shovel 4 inches of snow yesterday with my snowblower broken. I had to do it by hand. I'm not jealous at all.
That's a sad life. I got 2 snow blowers. I can send you one.
Yeah.
I can mail it to you. I got an electric one and a gas one. In case the gas one lays down, I got the electric one.
Well, the only thing that broke on it was shear bolt on the augers. So it's not broken. It's not broken, but I didn't have any on me, and so it was just it broke. So
yeah,
it's a quick repair.
Well, that's good. That's good. How many inches of snow did you get?
We got about 3 or 4, but it started out kind of light and fluffy, but then it kind of warmed up a little bit and it turned into rain. And then what it did, it just turned it into like a heavy slush.
Oh,
so it was just a nightmare. And that's right about when the thing gave out. And the thing that kills me is that I was being a nice guy, and that my next door neighbor across the street, he's kind of an older guy. He's a little bit older than me, and he was out there shoveling. So I grabbed my snowblower before it broke, did his driveway for him, came over to my yard, and then the augers broke, and then I ended up having to do mine by hand. So it was a bad day.
Man, you got punished for doing good deeds, man.
Exactly.
What the
heck? That was a story of my weekend between
no good deed goes unpunished. Yeah. And you got a real punishment. It's usually the other way around.
What'd you do this weekend? Anything good?
Dude, all the Black Friday shopping that you could do, possibly.
Yeah.
That it takes a different type of individual, which is me, to go out and do Black Friday shopping. I enjoy a crowd. That's why I like Disney. I enjoy being in the crowd. Getting the deals, all that stuff. I enjoy all that. And so, I spent stupid money.
How was your Thanksgiving? Was it good?
My Thanksgiving was fantastic. It was short and sweet.
Your Thanksgiving ham?
I did. I got Thanksgiving ham. No turkey for me. I stayed away.
Did you watch any football?
Of course.
Did you watch any football?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Kansas City Chiefs got some bad calls, I believe.
They did?
And lost that game.
Why? What happened? Oh, they lost?
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
Yeah. They lost to the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
and, there's a public outrage about that.
Yeah, I'm not a football fan. Hold on,
I
just gotta get something. Hold on one second.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's been waiting on that. I mean, even the Colts lost for this week, and they felt like they got some bad calls too. So I think across the board, the officiating is bad.
Yeah, nobody ever said anything when the Chiefs were getting every call there was, and now all of a sudden they get a couple of bad ones, and the sky's falling.
It is.
They're done. They're done.
I don't think so.
Yoko Ono ruined that franchise. They're done.
No, Chris. They're coming back.
They're
They're
not
going to
coming
win
back.
this week, and they're going to win the rest of the way out. That's our plan.
Is that the theory?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Right.
We'll see if it holds.
All right.
I think this is starting to be a rebuilding year for the Chiefs. I don't know what they're rebuilding on, but they need just some rebuilding work.
Well, they should start with a tight end.
No, he's been getting all the TDs for him. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
They were lucky to get Rice back.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
I got faith. I've got faith in the Chiefs. It may be a bad year this year, but next year I'll be good. That's the way I see it.
All right, so let's talk about your trip. Let's go into your trip a little bit. So you're leaving tomorrow.
Yep, I'm flying. I'm going from Indianapolis. That's generally an easy airport to fly out of. It's really pretty simple. We're flying in the evening, so that's always an interesting time to fly. Usually no delays. That's usually how it works for the evening flights. So, but we may have some delay, but I don't know. I think it'll be fun. But we'll be getting down there. My whole family are going this time.
Is that a smaller airport, Indianapolis, or is that an international?
No.
That's an international airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fairly good sized airport. It's just not, it's ran right, so it's usually not busy. They got some big wide open areas in that airport where they can distribute people. So I think that's kind of part of the deal. You go to some of these, you go to Atlanta or somewhere like that, and it's like tight, going through the airport. Not so much at Indy. It's pretty easy. And we got a straight flight, so not too worried about it. Usually those straight flights, they don't delay too much, and they won't cancel them either. So
where are you guys staying?
Well, this time, we're going to the Christmas party. So this time, we are staying at All-Star Music. And, it's like Pop Century, except for it doesn't have the Skyliner. Same room, same layout,
I like the All-Stars other than the location. The location is what kills me. It's farther away. It's kind of off the beaten path a little bit, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a room, you're not generally spending a ton of time there.
That's correct. Yeah.
But like you said, you're spending, you're kind of splurging on the Christmas party. So spending money there, rather than at a hotel that you're not going to utilize anything,
Right.
So that makes sense.
And I think, we're renting a car this time. That's another little splurge that we did.
That's nice.
It's always good to have a car with the family. There's 9 times out of 10, it's inevitable. We're going to have to run and get something from the store or do something like that. So having a car handy where you can just jump in the car, run somewhere, or at the end of the park day, like I told you before, go to that McDonald's or something, Del Taco, grab something, that kind of thing. When everything at Disney shutting down at 9:00 at night, you gotta eat somewhere. So that's and it makes it convenient to go get groceries or whatever. So we're good. We're good with that. But anyway, Disney. Speaking of Disney, those jokers came out with some interesting stuff today. I don't know if you've checked it out or anything, but
I haven't, actually.
Dude, what?
I haven't checked it out. No,
okay.
I haven't.
I don't know if you've checked it out much, but I'm telling you, man, Disney came out with kind of a calendar, and I don't think I've ever seen them come out with like a calendar of. When I say calendar, I mean seasonal calendar of
Yep.
things that they're going to be doing for the next year. I mean, it's like, man, they got a roadmap, and I think that has come with some criticism in the past that they didn't lay out what they're doing for the next year, and people get skeptical, right? They are, they don't like the lack of information that Disney has sometimes. So I think Disney's trying to be a little more transparent with this, and dude, I'm welcoming. Gosh, I can't even talk tonight. I'm welcoming that. And so, um, one thing that came out today was that kids eat free all year long with the Disney dining plan, which I thought that was kind of cool.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, for families, it's a big deal. For a guy like me, not so much. If I'm traveling alone, I'm not getting that benefit, but that's okay. That's all right. You know, early this year, they're going to be having the new animatronics for Frozen Ever After. I'm pretty excited because those are going to be more like the ones in Japan and Hong Kong. So I think that's going to be good. Festival of the Arts is coming up, which you and I are going to be going there together, which is going to be awesome. Anybody listening to the stream can show up to that. That'd be pretty awesome. We're going to be there literally the last of January. So, that last weekend in January going into February, we're going to be there. So I'm pretty excited because that'll be like 2.5 weeks into Festival of the Arts. So we'll really just be getting going,
Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be such a good time. It's going to, and for us, it's like the perfect time. You're coming off the holiday rush.
That's right.
You know what I mean? A few weeks after, kids are back to school.
Sure.
My kids, back to college. So, yeah, I can't wait. And just the weather's miserable. All your decorations are put away. It's just up here up north. You're looking at 2 months of cold weather in front of you with nothing to look forward to. So, I love when we do that trip at the end of January. It kind of breaks up the winter for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
little bright spot.
Little bright spot, absolutely.
And a dreary winter.
Yep. And I believe we're gonna be there the week before the Super Bowl too. So
yeah,
the good thing is we don't lose any football time. It's the off week. It's the bye week.
That's right, man.
So
Big Thunder's opening up in the spring.
Yeah, I saw that.
Buzz Lightyear's going to reopen in the spring. They're going to be, Flower and Garden Festival is going to be coming up in the spring. So, I mean, for the next 4 or 5 months, Disney's got some really good stuff coming along. I can't wait for Big Thunder to reopen. That's one thing I'm really excited about.
Do you think they're going to get rid of Pico's bill?
There's always that debate, right?
Because they've been talking about, you've heard rumors about it, the past couple of years, ever since, Tiana's went in, that they were going to make it more like a Southern, like, New Orleans style bayou, Cajun cooking type of thing. But they haven't really acted on it. You would think that, since Big Thunder is down, they would kind of redo it at the same time, just kind of, bite the bullet and just kind of suck it up and do it all together and get everything open together. But they haven't done anything, haven't announced anything. It's still Pico's bill,
right?
So are you a fan of that?
Maybe
Pico's
they leave
bill?
it the same. Yeah, I like that place actually. I liked it better when they had the taco bar. But I'll eat there. I don't have a problem with it. So that's going to be good. But man, I tell you what's going to be big is Disney's summer. Man, we have the 250th birthday of our country, which if you're patriotic at the least at any juncture in your life, 250 years of us being America, is amazing, right? I mean, it's a freaking amazing. We made it this far. We made it this long. This experiment that we're in, I always say the social experiment of America, and what we've done with freedom and things like that. It's all going to be celebrated next year, which I think is really cool. So they're going to have a big celebration for that at Disney.
Yep.
They're going to have a big deal where they're changing Soarin'. It's going to be Soarin' across America. Yep. We talked about that a little bit before, and I'm excited, man. I'm super stoked for whatever that's going to be.
Well, that was kind of my prediction. I thought they would come out before the 4th.
Yeah, it's going to come out July the 2nd, is what it says. So
did they already give the date?
I gave the date, July the 2nd.
Okay, because they were saying the last I saw was summer, so they did give the 2nd.
Yeah, right. July the 2nd. Rock and Roller Coaster is going to reopen late next summer. Mm-hmm. It's not closed yet, but it's going about ready to close. I saw this week where they've taken out the pre-show already, and they've already started working on that area.
Yeah,
which is, that's sad, right? Because I wanted to ride it this week, but cool. I'm all about this change. With the Muppets layover, I think the theme over there, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be. I'm stoked. I'm a big Muppets fan. So also one thing that they announced, a few years ago, and I think a lot of people wrote it off. They didn't think it was ever going to happen, and here we are. Disney has finally come around. People thought that they were going to lose this Bluey license and all this stuff. Well, Bluey and Bingo are coming to the parks. If you like Bluey, next summer 2026 is for you. They're going to have meet and greets at 3 different parks, which I think is really super cool. It took them a long time. They're dogs, right? And they had to swim across the ocean from Australia. I mean, it's going to take them a few years to get to the United States, man. They're doggy paddling. Come on.
I don't know anything about Bluey. My kids were older when that came out.
Chris.
Dude, my kids were older.
He doesn't, dude. You don't have to be a kid to like Bluey, man. Bluey's awesome. It's like Phineas and Ferb. You don't have to be a kid to like Phineas and Ferb. It's awesome. Okay, it's freaking cool. So anyway,
I'll binge watch it this weekend for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. One thing I think is kind of cool that is coming early summer, like around Memorial Day. I think it's maybe just the weekend after Memorial Day is Banana Ball. Banana Ball is coming to Disney Wide World, the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty stoked about that. I think, if anybody knows anything about Banana Ball or Savannah Bananas or, any of the teams that's in that league of baseball, it's an exciting time. It's really cool. Man, I'm kind of stoked that Orlando's going to get a team. Indiana's getting a team.
Have you ever been to a game?
No, I've watched them on TV.
Yeah,
I think they're cool.
They say they're a good time when you go in person.
They're like the WWE of baseball, kind of. But they have some legitimacy to their games. But Indiana's getting a team. It's going to be the Indiana Clowns is what it's going to be called.
Oh, really?
Which is a revival of a old Negro League team, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah. So, they're bringing that back.
Yeah, I don't know if Boston's getting one. I haven't heard.
Orlando's getting one.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I don't know where they would play. We'll probably have to play at some college field. I mean, they're not going to play at Fenway.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Indianapolis has
know.
the Indianapolis Indians. It's it's their, it's like a triple A team, double A team, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's where they're going to be playing. So pretty excited about that. I'm going to try to sneak up there to Indians and go see them probably.
Yeah, no, that'd be a good take, especially being at the Wide World of Sports.
Oh
to
yeah,
go see the game there. Those are great.
It'd be highly popular.
They get
F1,
they get the
coming?
kids involved. Did they get the kids involved? F1's coming.
Yeah, F1's coming to Disney, which they're
Where's that? I didn't hear that. Where's that going?
It's a collaboration with Disney. I don't know if it's going to be at Daytona or where.
Okay. All right. So it's not on Disney property.
No.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But F1 and Disney's doing a collab, which I think is really cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. Man, there's all kinds of good stuff, in the parks coming up. They're getting ready to do a big Disney getting ready to do a big, huge Muppets push for 2026. I've said this before. All signs point to a ginormous Muppets push in all of the Disney parks in the United States, at least. Pins, events, things like that. The Muppets, it's going to be a Muppets revival, basically. Revival of that whole franchise, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride. Last week I was wearing my mini Muppets Roosevelt hoodie that I had just bought, that I just got that day when we recorded, and so pretty excited, man. I'm stoked. There's another thing that Disney's going to do. I think they're kind of front loading a lot of these rides into getting people into the parks, spring, summer, winter, spring, summer. The fall is pretty much the same as it usually is, but they're even going to have the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run redo. So that's coming up. I mean, there's a lot that Disney's going to do. I think this coming year is going to be Disney's time to shine. Now, let the naysayers say what they say, right? They're going to say, "Oh, Disney's not doing enough for the fans, and Epic Universe is better." I'm not buying it, guys. I think Disney's still at the cusp of they're still at the striking point for events, for theme parks. I think that they're still up and coming. They're still rolling, and really putting out good content. What do you do you feel that way?
Yeah. Well, the thing with Epic is that right now it's the new shiny toy, right?
Right.
Epic Universe. Everybody's scrambling to go over there. It's new. Disney hasn't had a new park since '98. You know what I mean? That's their fourth park. So, they've had the new lands, but they haven't had a new park, a whole new park.
Right.
So again, Epic is the new shiny toy. So everybody's scrambling to go over there. When all things are said and done, when Disney is done with all the renovations and the refurbs and the new lands and everything goes in, the crowds are going to come back. You know what I mean? Not that they go, because they're still crowded. They still have people coming back, but they are losing some share to Universal, over at Epic. Those crowds are going to come back,
right?
Right. I mean, the people that are heading over there is because it's new. They want to see something different. So, years ago, it would be you're going to go to Orlando for whatever it is, 7 or 8 days. You'd spend, 4 or 5 days at Disney. You'd do 1 or 2 days at Universal. Now, some people are flip-flopping it. They're going to Universal for 4 or 5 days, and they're going to Disney for 1 or 2 days because they've seen it. They're waiting for, nothing's been new. I think the newest land has been Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Has been the newest land, and even that's 5+ years old. So, so I think once all these lands are done, once Monsters Land and the Villains Land and all the rides are up and running, the crowds are going to come back because either way, they still got 4 parks, they still got the 2 water parks, they got the shopping. Disney Springs blows away City Walk. It's not even a comparison. Not even a comparison for me. You know what I mean?
Disney Springs is going to get that level 99.
Right. Yeah. My son actually worked there not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool in there. I've never been.
Like a VR deal or something?
They're like escape rooms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have different themes and things like that. So the kids love going. Like both of my kids go all the time. They're college age, and they go with groups of friends and stuff like that. So, but yeah, level 99 is going in where the NBA experience was. Unfortunately, where Disney Quest was, that was my absolute favorite. I used to love going in there. Especially on a hot day, kill a couple hours in the middle of the afternoon.
Right.
But I missed that, and then they put the NBA experience in, which was a complete disaster.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's a joke, right?
Yeah. And then that's where level 99 is going. So yeah, so Disney Springs has got some new stuff going in. They're always redoing new stores and everything going in. I just read yesterday that a new store owned by the same company that owns Gideon's, they're putting another location in where Art of Shaving was.
Oh, okay.
Across from I forget the name of it. I'm blanking out. Begins with a P. I don't know.
White
I'll
Pig?
think of it later. No.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna bother me now. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Either way, but yeah, there's always new stuff coming in, and then that place is great. So again, going back to what we said, the crowds will be back. The crowds are definitely going to be back over the next years. And I don't think it's going to be. Some people are saying 10 years. I don't think it's going to be 10 years.
No.
You know what I mean? They can't afford to wait 10 years to do this. They know it.
Right. I think that's why they're turning around a lot of these things rather quickly, is that they know that time, I wouldn't say time is limited, but they need to get on it. Right.
Yeah.
And I think in the past, Disney took their time to, put out new content, new rides, new lands, because they knew they had the time. Right. Now it's kind of like there's no time like the present. And so, let's face it, we're not in COVID era anymore. We're not taking 5 years to build Tron. We're not taking
that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say too. Is that Disney's been getting a lot of bad rap and everything like that because things were taking so long. But everybody's forgetting that we lost 2 years. 2021 where they weren't doing anything. You know what I mean? And that's when they were building Tron. That's when they were building the renovations at Epcot and transforming Future World into the lands. You know what I mean? Right. So a lot of that began or was just about to begin right before COVID. Right. So, and that's what a lot of people don't take into account when they say, "Oh, Disney drags their feet." They don't. You know what I mean? They do it. They do it at their speed.
Right.
So yeah, I agree.
I think we're going to see. I think they said Encanto and Indiana Jones, that whole area over at Animal Kingdoms, sometime 2027, maybe early 2028. It takes 2 years to do a land. I mean, that's a giant area over there. They're building the entire casita over there. They're redoing Dinosaur into Indiana Jones. They're changing that whole area, making a whole land, Tropica Americas.
Right. Yeah. And so other than the old Dinosaur building, I think the place is getting leveled. I mean, everything's getting flattened and starting from scratch. So I mean, the dinosaur building is really the only thing that's staying.
They got to build another mountain.
I know.
Yeah. They got to build another mountain. That's what a lot of people don't realize is when they say, "Oh, it's taking Disney 3," they've got to build another mountain. If you've seen the concept art, it's behind the casita, just like in the movie. They've got to build what is simulated a mountain, and where they're going to go do get some more oil derricks and oil rigs, to make that out of. I don't know, but they've got to redo that whole thing. So that land is going to get a major update. I'm in the construction industry, and I get to see plans for different jobs and stuff all the time, and how those plans change, how those, the evolution of a project, right, from start to finish. And I saw some early plans on that, and from that, some different estimators and things were flipping around, and I'm telling you, there's a lot to it. Just the layout area, every job has a layout area where the layout, all the steel, all the materials, right? Mm-hmm. Just the layout area is ginormous. So, and same with the Villains Land, same with all these projects. And so I fully expect that this is going to take time. It really is. I've been on projects myself that were a little high school, and it's a remodel of the high school, and it takes 4 years. Okay, right. So I know what construction's like, and I know those timelines, and I'm telling you, it's not out of the question for something to take 2 or 3 years.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm with a ginormous amount of people.
Right. No, I'm guessing 28, early 28. Thinking about 2.5 years. You know what I mean? Because I mean, they're just starting to dismantle all that stuff. You know what I mean over there. They're starting to get rid of everything and to really clear it out. I mean, I know some stuff shut down and they got rid of that, but I mean, you can really see things happening over there now.
Yeah, if you pay attention to Bio Reconstructs pictures of monsters, the Monsters Land, they're starting to lay down the concrete padding on the ground, the concrete pads for the roller coaster. There's a lot of pylons that they had to stuff into the ground. I mean, Disney is, Florida is sand. Let's be honest here. You dig down so deep and it's all sand. So they've got to drive pylons into the ground. Yep.
No, I hear you. But yeah, so, we're gonna do a whole show on the Tropic of America's coming to Animal Kingdom.
That's right.
In the future, so so we'll get more into it then
as we get more info, right?
Yeah, we're gonna need more info. So, yeah, I mean that was kind of it. I mean, we kind of wanted to go over. This week was our ADR week.
Yeah,
what was that?
Yeah. I was gonna say we're not a news and review show, right? But this week we just kind of felt like, hey, we wanted to get on here. We still wanted to put out an episode. Even though I'm leaving town, we still wanted to get something out and to keep these people fed, man. Keep the pizza inside them. We're not, like I said, we're not a news and review show. We put out our own opinion quite a bit, and but we felt like this was something to check out. This is something that. Disney doesn't, like I said, they don't come out with information like this very often. So we felt like we really needed to push it,
Yeah.
So
that was kind of it.
So who does the Pats play this week?
Nobody. They're on the bye.
Oh man. In the bye week. Oh Lord. Yep. Well, we're playing the Texans. Texans they're about the same level as the Chiefs, right now. So we'll see how it goes.
They got a good defense,
Yeah. Seems like a lot of these teams this year have a great defense, and their offense is a little lacking, including the Chiefs right now. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is lacking. I'm just saying we're not 100%. We're not tuned up. I mean, we lost. Did you realize that we lost 4 players to injury during that Cowboys game? That's pretty significant if you think about it.
Yeah, the injuries in the NFL are kind of crazy, and
Right.
I'm really starting to, and it's really going around, even in high school and college and everything like that, that they're really attributing a lot of these injuries to the turf. The turf is nice, it's less maintenance and all that, but when we were younger, like when I was in high school, like nobody ever tore an ACL. You know what I mean? At the high school level, now you see it all the time. My son tore his ACL his senior year. I mean, he doesn't play a lot on turf. He played kind of half and half, but just in general, the game in general, these injuries that you see in like ACL it's so common right now.
Yeah.
And before you never saw it. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just the way the people are working out. They're just doing it differently. I know part of the problem with the hitting is that, they're taking tackling out of the game, and all the way down to youth level, youth, high school, college.
Yeah.
They don't practice tackling anymore. They don't.
Right.
They're not supposed to. And if they do, they're limited with the amount of time that they can do tackling. And you see it in the game that these players, these kids don't know how to tackle. They're always looking for the knockout hit instead of making a nice clean tackle. They're looking for the knockout hit. When I was coaching youth, okay, we did training on how to tackle correctly. And it was actually put out by the Seahawks, who, when Pete Carroll was coaching them, and they actually learned to tackle by rugby players in England, because rugby players know how to hit and tackle clean without getting hurt because they don't wear any equipment. They wear zero equipment. And the rugby players, not that they don't get hurt, but they don't get hurt at the same rate that, American football does.
Right.
Because they know how to tackle. They know how to tackle clean and not get hurt. And they incorporated a lot of those techniques into the Seahawks, and the Seahawks made it not it was pretty mandatory for all the coaching staffs in, USA youth football, that they had to take this course on how to teach it. And I remember for about 4 or 5 years, we had to do that. They called it the Hawk certification. So again, going back is that they don't know how to tackle because they're not practicing it, and that's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's why you see all these head-to-head helmets, and personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct, because they don't know how to tackle. They're leading with the head, they're leading with the shoulder, and they're not wrapping. They're not using the arms.
What do you think? Shifting gears a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your prediction? What is your prediction? Indiana, Ohio State.
Indiana, Ohio State. Oh, I think Ohio State.
Dude, come on.
They're too good.
Indiana's freaking smoking good, dude.
I know, but Ohio State, they got the horses. We'll see.
We'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see what happens, really. Ohio State has that NFL money. They've got that NFL style defense.
Yeah.
I get it, right? Indiana's kind of the underdog on this one. But we'll see. They're 12-0. Indiana's, man. And Cignetti, man, what a great coach. That guy's got some balls, man. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of a fight. He's not afraid to back down. He's not going to back down. He's not afraid of as a media or anyone, and I thought, man, it's their first 12-0 season, which is crazy, and Indiana basketball is doing good, so all the Indiana teams are doing well, man. We're it's a good year. I'm excited. I'm getting excited not for football anymore, but for basketball. I'm switching gears, starting to switch gears. My
Yeah.
daughter's she's starting to do the practice for her feeder team. And that's the school feeder team. And then she's going to join the school team. And then she's got her travel team. And so she's going to be on like 3 teams at one time here coming in January.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, dude, basketball's so exciting to me. I've always been a big basketball fan. So, and girls basketball, I don't know if you ever watch girls basketball, but sometimes it's either good or bad, you know. um, Especially on the 5th grade level. Uh,
Oh
but
yeah.
um, but man, my daughter's their team is always tuned up pretty good, so I'm pretty excited about that.
That's good.
So I'm switching basketball dad here real soon. You're gonna hear some basketball stories. What cracks me up? I'm going to tell you. Probably one of the things that brings me the most joy during basketball season is the parents and how these parents get crazy.
Oh yeah, no, they're crazy.
Yeah.
They're even when my kids were young and played, they got nuts.
Yeah.
And I'll
Um,
admit, I was one of them.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, my wife's always kind of like, Brandon, shut up. You know, because I like to yell, I like to scream, I like to holler. But, mine usually is pretty constructive. But I'm like, you know, defend the basketball or, whatever, So, you know, that's where I'm at. I'm always instructing my daughter because I want her to be the best she can be. But also, what was I going to say? Oh, you know, as football starts to fade out after December, January, what sport do you go to? Do you go to basketball or do you go to baseball or what?
No,
Hockey?
I go to hockey. I go to hockey a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I can't.
okay.
I can't watch the NBA. The NBA just kills me.
Oh, I don't hardly watch the
College
NBA.
college basketball is great. You know what I
Yeah, I love
mean?
college basketball.
But I go to hockey and I watch a lot of college hockey. UMass. My son's a student at UMass, so I go to a lot of those games, and especially they play a lot of UMass for me is about an hour and a half away, but they
Yeah.
play a lot of schools away that are close to me. UNH,
Hmm.
Lowell, BC, BU, Northeastern, stuff like that. That's all half hour for me, or already in the city. So I watch a lot of college hockey, and UMass is always nationally ranked. It's usually a top 10 team, so they usually have a good squad.
Indiana usually has a good hockey team.
Do they?
Yeah. So let me tell you a little hockey story. When I was in college, hockey was still a club sport, right? It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really a NCAA sanctioned sport like it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And so the University of Southern Indiana, that was the first university I went to. They had their own club hockey team, okay, and they played at this place called Swander Ice Arena, and they would play big teams like Notre Dame. And they would, because there was no divisions, right?
Right.
They would play
Mm-hmm.
like Notre Dame, Indiana, all these big teams with a lot of money. And Indiana was always like whipping everybody's, butt,
Yeah.
and all these. And so these teams would get mad, and then after the game, they would fight, out in the parking lot. And so anyway, I was at this game, and it was Indiana against Southern Illinois University, SIU, and it was like their arch rival, right? So they get out there and they play the game. USI wins. Everybody's walking out, and dude, this guy, one of the players, hit another player across the face with a skate,
Oh, really?
like the blade of the skate cut his face and stuff. And so then it started like this big riot. And I'm not kidding you, dude. Like there was probably 400, 500 people fighting, and I was
That's
just like
crazy.
trying to leave, all these people are like brawling. The police are coming in, like, all like breaking it up,
Yep.
spraying tear gas and stuff. It was, and needless to say, after that, USI and the school was like, at the end of the hockey season, they were like, no, you guys can't have a hockey team anymore. So that was pretty sad. They haven't had one since, which is crazy. But anyway.
Yeah, so that's that.
Yeah.
So
well, I'll be in Disney this coming week. And I'm going to, this weekend, over the weekend, and into next week. So I'll be putting up some shorts, some, stuff like that. I think that people will like. I did a pizza review that went over really well. Did that today. Ate at AZ Pizza. Had a really unique pizza, man.
I know, we saw that, and my wife was watching, and she's like, "He really likes the meat on his pizza, right?" And I go, "Yeah, I got the Midwest thing."
Dude, you gotta have meat on it. I'll eat a cheese pizza every now and then, but in Indiana, man, you put the meat on the pizza.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's not a,
when you come here,
yeah,
just be prepared to have some pizza with meat on it.
Well, we'll see.
I'm going to send you a pizza. I'm actually going to send you a pizza here.
But see, it's not my jam. So I mean, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I just don't care for it.
No, I'm going to send you a cheese pizza here real soon.
Oh, no, that's fine. No, I'm saying like a pizza with like multiple, you know what I mean? Like you get like the sausage and the bacon and this and that.
Yeah.
Like it's not my thing. Like I'll do a meat with like a peppers, onions or something like that. I'll mix it up. That's
peppers and onions isn't meat.
No, that's what I'm saying. I say I like a meat.
A meat. Okay.
With like peppers and onions. Like I said, my favorite is like pepperoni, peppers and onions. That's my favorite pizza.
Okay.
Or like salami and peppers and onions, or or so things like that. I mix it up.
Two meat is too much, huh?
No, I can do two. I can do three as long as it's with the other stuff too. If it's loaded.
Well, the one I had tonight only had two meats. It had bacon and it had sausage.
Right, but you didn't have any other, you didn't have any of the vegetables to offset it.
Yeah, I did.
What do you have?
Did you watch the video?
Man, she watched it. I glimpsed in.
Okay. Look, it had artichoke hearts on it. It had garlic cloves on it. Right. It had olives, and it had green peppers.
All right,
dude, it was loaded up.
Mixed it up.
Yeah, and it had goat cheese. Had Nashville hot honey.
Wow, see, that's
fig. And no. It had
you got like fig
sauce. Yeah, it had fig sauce.
Yeah, fig sauce. I'm not liking the hot honey. I'm not liking the goat cheese. I'm not liking.
You need to expand your pizza palate.
No, I don't. No, I'm a purist. Those are gimmick pizzas. That's like California Pizza Kitchen for me.
No, it's not.
It's not my jam.
You're going to go there and you're going to like it. And you're going to be like, I was wrong, guys.
I'm gonna bring you, when you come to Boston, all right, I'm going to show you the real pizzas. That's where the real pizza is. New York and Boston, that's where the real pizza is.
Dude, I was watching, you say that. I was watching this pizza review last night, literally last night. And this guy who's like real Italian in Brooklyn, he's like doing this pizza and he's like, yeah, we got the New York style. And then he goes, and then we got the Midwest meat, the Midwest thin crust, and he's like, and he's like, we got the, how do you say it? He didn't say Neapolitan style. He said Neapolitan or something like that. I mean, this guy was true Italian, definitely from Italy. Yeah. And so he, and I was like, oh, dude, I got to go get that guy's pizza. Man, he seems like the coolest dude. He looked like a member of the mafia. So, that it's going to be good pizza.
I'll take you to the good places. It'll compete with all those places.
Oh Lord, here we go.
I got them all.
I'm taking you to every pizza place around, man. When you come here, we're just gonna go have a slice at each place.
We'll see. We will see.
All right. Well, let's cut this thing off, man. I got to go do some more packing. Anyway, man, it was great. It was a great episode 11. We've got 11 episodes under our belt. Can you believe that, man? I'm so excited. And there's more to come. People are getting excited about it. Even my boss today, I got to tell you this. My boss today, he came up to me and he goes, Brandon, I saw your mug on TV. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, dude, you were on Facebook. And he was like, I go, it got around to you? And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, I saw your pizza review and it was good. And I was like, okay. And he goes, I didn't know you did that. And I was like, yeah, man, we've got like 11 episodes of, a bunch of reviews. And this other coworker was like, yeah, he's been doing that for a while, And my boss is like, he's like, you never know what Brandon's up to, man. This is crazy. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool that my boss acknowledged it today. So,
yeah, my buddy had one complaint last week.
Here we go.
Goes, I have one complaint. I'm like, all right, what is it? And he's like, you guys don't talk about pizza enough.
I know. Really? We got to really incorporate some more.
I go, the pizza's sort of a side thing. I go, we're Disney guys. So, I go, well, we're always throwing pizza in there. I go, follow us on Facebook. You see all the pictures.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's all good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to let this thing roll. And I edit this video and get to Disney, man. And so,
you have fun.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. All right. I'm Brandon. That's Chris. We're Pizzas and Parkhops. And thanks for listening. Right. Like, share, comment on the podcast. Please give us a review. Even if it's a bad one, we like you. Even though you give us the bad review, we like the bad reviews too. There's no sweat off our backs if you give us a bad review. It doesn't hurt my feelings any. And Chris, I mean, he's Boston strong. That guy's not gonna. He don't even roll off his back, man. He don't even care.
I'm thick-skinned.
Yeah, dude, we got the thick skin over here, man. We're tough. Anyway, that's Chris. I'm Brandon. We're Pizzas and Parkhops. Have a great night. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.